Recorded Books, Incorporated presents an unabridged recording of Bootlegger's Daughter by Margaret Maron, narrated by C.J. Critt, including a taped afterword with the author. This work, copyrighted 1992 by Margaret Maron, is recorded by arrangement with the author and the Vicky Bijur Agency. This recording is copyrighted 1994 by Recorded Books, Incorporated. 18 years ago, a young woman was senselessly murdered. Now, in 1990, the crime remains unsolved. Attorney Deborah Knott, a woman brave enough to take on the Old Boy Network and run for district judge in her North Carolina hometown, is taking a fresh look at the old case and turning up some dangerous secrets. Is she brave enough to face down a desperate killer with nothing to lose? And now, Bootlegger's Daughter.
May, 1972. Prologue. Possum Creek trickles out of a swampy waste a little south of Raleigh. By the time it gets down to Cotton Grove, in the western part of Colleton County, it's a respectable stream, deep enough to float rafts and canoes for several miles at a stretch. The town keeps the banks mowed where the creek edges on Front Street, and it makes a pretty place to stroll in the spring, the nearest thing Cotton Grove has to a park. But the creek itself has never had much economic value. Kids and old men, and an occasional woman, still fish its quiet pools for sun perch or catfish. But the most work it's ever done for Cotton Grove was to turn a small grist mill, built back in the 1870s, a few miles south of town. When cheap electricity came to the area in the 30s, even that stopped. The mill was abandoned, and its shallow dam was left for the creek to dismantle rock by rock through 40-odd spring crestings. These days, Virginia creeper and honeysuckle fight it out in the dooryard with blackberry brambles and poison ivy. Hunters and anglers may shelter beneath its rusty tin roof from unexpected thunderstorms. Teenage lovers may park in the overgrown lane on warm moonlit nights. But for years, the mill has sat alone out there in the woods, tenanted only by the coons and foxes that den beneath its stone walls. The creek does serve as boundary marker between several farms, and the opposite bank is Dancy land, though...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?